go there. Hey, guys. Tom Mabe here. Welcome to Sober Talk. Hey, happy Thanksgiving. Wow, did we eat a lot today? Let me tell you how much we ate. You know what we ate? Every year we either, this is the first year that we did not deep fry a turkey. This year we decided to do something crazy, and I'll tell you what we did. We microwaved a turkey, and was it was a little chewy, a little rubbery, and afterward we couldn't eat it all, so we took it out back and played basketball with it. And so yay, all right. So you guys didn't think I was going to live tonight because I didn't go live last night. I've been traveling, I've been doing stuff, and but man, I am glad to be back. I've talked to a lot of people today from our Sober Talk community, and uh, and that's boy, sounds like some people could use some sober talk right about right now. And let's give it a second. You know how we be. You know how we do. We take a second to see uh, if we can get people here. And it is Thanksgiving night. It is November. What is it? 25th. What date is do we fall on here? So I don't know. So I'm not going live on all my pages because it seems as though some people get all confused when we go live on other pages. Like, wait, this isn't comedy. This isn't comedy. So let's see who we have here to give it a second to catch up. Let's see, we got Timmy Adcock. Hey, Timmy. Dora Bray. Hi, all. Love you. Dora's here. Michael Mayhem. Michael's going to be a special guest tonight. Happy Turkey Day, everyone. Michael said he was sleepy because he had some tryptophan that he had. He said he's going to be in a food coma. Lynn Campbell, happy Thanksgiving to you. So all right. So check it out. Welcome to Sober Talk. You are here because you want to get sober. You need to get sober, or perhaps you're just sober curious. Whatever the reason is, I'm glad that you're here. So here's a story about this show. I have quit drinking many a times. I've quit for 6 months. I've quit for a year. I even went 2 years. This time, I'm about 4 months in. I've come to find that living alcohol free is one thing, but living alcohol free and happy, well, that's another thing. So I'm doing it differently this time. I'm working the steps, and I have high hopes. A lot of times on the show, we discuss the health benefits, both physical and mental, and sometimes we share, drunken war stories, and sometimes those stories are hilarious. Sometimes they end in divorce, prison, and unfortunately, sometimes they end up in death. So how can you tell if you have a drinking problem? It's simple, if it causes problems. So in the description, I've included the links to our podcast, our YouTube page, private Facebook group, and even a place where you can. Now, the private great Facebook group is great. It's a place where you can speak with folks about recovery and become a supporter of the page. You can support the page for like $5 a month. You can cancel anytime, and that offsets some of the costs that we have doing the show. If you would like to be a guest on our show, you can email me your number to sobertalklive@gmail.com. That is sobertalklive@gmail.com. So yeah, so enjoy the show, and we're going to. So this is Thanksgiving has always been a tough time for me because it's such a, we wake up drinking mimosas and we got wine cracked before noon, and it's, oh wow, just a great time just to, if I didn't have this allergy or this disease, it was a fun time to drink. And the night before Thanksgiving was a fun time to drink. And it sucks that I can't do that, but it is what it is. It's just the way I am wired. I've got a lot of character flaws, a lot of character defects. And Lord knows that I do. And I apologize for those defects to anyone who's been affected by them, my family and such. Tonight I went out and I bought me some Coke Zero, and I bought my wife some wine coolers, and I saw somebody at Kroger in my neck of the woods where I live in Louisville. And wait a minute, don't you got that show called Sober Talk? I said, yeah, well, these aren't mine, these are my wife's. So wow, Dirk DeFord, 13 years and 25 days sober. So Lynn Campbell says, "Hey, I'm trying to reset. I used everything for my excuse. I'm sorry. I didn't just fall off the wagon. I got bucked for it and got tan over by the donkey. So Lynn's kind of struggling a little bit. So, sometimes we say just because you slipped it mean that you fell, but it sounds like Lynn's saying that he might have fell pretty hard. And that's okay, brother. That is okay if you fell hard. What's going to suck if it takes you 6 months to get back on the horse. If it takes you that long, then, wow. Uh, but man, we're here for you. We're not judging, dude. I mean, hell, half the people in our community have not been sober yet. I'm not saying half of them, but there's plenty of people who have not been sober yet here on Sober Talk, and it's okay. So our numbers are low because it is Thanksgiving, and it's also I'm not putting it on all the other pages. I got one page that has 2 million followers on it, but it's a comedy page. So they're like, "What the hell is this?" Or wait for the punchline. So I didn't put it on Mabe in America tonight. David Fernazzi, hey Tom, it's good to see you. We were worried about you. So here's the deal. Not to worry, I'm good, but I have another job and I have to pay the bills. And the stress of sober talk can really get to me because a lot of people look to me as though I'm their sponsor, and hell, geez Louise, trust me, you don't want me giving you any kind of, sobriety advice or medical advice. I'm just some dude who's in the same boat you guys are in, and a lot of times it's a daily battle. So, I'm thinking what I'm going to do for a while is do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And Daryl Hansen suggested some Zoom meetings, and I would love to do that. I got to figure out how to do that. Jeff's coming down next week. Jeff Graham, he's going to be down next week, and we're going to figure out our plan of attack because we do not want this to go bad, but we don't want to confuse you guys by, we're on one day and we're not on the next day. Patrick Redmond, hi Tom. Hey Patrick. Dustin Wayne Steven, what's up, Tom? I'm just hanging out. Let's go over here to Tom Mabe Comedy. I did post on that. See if we have anyone watching on that side. Michelle Elizabeth, great show tonight. Hey, Michelle. No, this is not. We are not. Apparently, we are not live on Tom Mabe Comedy, so I don't know what's going on there, but that's okay. But so we're gonna be like the little crowd that could. We are going to be on Just Sober Talk page, and we are going to get with it, man. It's going to be a shorter show tonight than usual, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and get our first caller on the phone. I have reached out to a couple of people who were a tad struggling today. I still reach out via email, sometimes text. Let's see what we have here. So, this is Dora. Dora says she slipped a little bit. Dora and Lynn did fall off the wagon a tad, and let's see where they are and where they're going to be. Come on, guys, pick up the phone.
Hello, Mr. Mabe.
Hello, Dora. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. Thank you.
So this is
happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Yeah, everyone had a good Thanksgiving. Did you have a bunch of people over today? What was your Thanksgiving like?
No, I didn't. I'm in Branson, Missouri, like the tourist town. Me and my daughter, we went to a friend of hers and hung out with them, with the grandbabies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I cooked a few cocktails. I mean, like, snacks. Not like those kind of cocktails.
Right. But you did tell me that you did, between a new job and some other things, you gave yourself a pass and you started drinking again a little bit.
I did. Well, it was actually on my birthday.
Oh, your birthday.
November 3rd. Yeah, if I would have calculated everything right, I'm looking at my calculator right now, I'd have been like a month and a half in.
Yeah. So in that month and a half, was it white knuckling it the whole time, or were you working some kind of program, be it therapy or or something? No,
we were just
I'd
been waiting on this job, and for the last 3 weeks, that job has taken everything out of me. But I mean, it's been good. It's almost like starting up my own business. So it kind of got me frazzled a little bit because the money ain't coming in like it would be if I was just working for somebody else. So
you're doing a job that's kind of like how you perform, however you get paid.
I'm building up my own business.
I see.
Pretty much.
And so
but
you
it's
thought,
not like my own business. It's taking care of patients and their needs.
right.
And yeah,
So
it's pretty hard to explain,
but regardless, you started with your birthday and the new career endeavor. You started drinking again.
yeah, I did.
So how did you feel the next day? Where you're like, oh crap, I can't believe I did that.
Oh, I've been feeling it every day. I feel it every day, but I mean, I've not been drinking every day, but I mean, I still feel like, yeah, I don't want to drink every day. I mean, my biggest thing was getting into a depression.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I don't want to relapse on that and go into a depression, but I still want to quit drinking because that just, I mean, if I start, you know, person that has 5 DUIs in 10 years, doesn't need to be drinking, period.
So if you're just joining us, we have Dora on the phone. Dora celebrated a birthday, a new job, and she also just says she's had 5 DUIs in 10 years. That's pretty, that's pretty extreme.
It is. I'm not impressed with it.
No, I'm a drunk and a half, and I've never had a DUI.
Limousines and cabs and, you know, and Uber. I didn't have that. I'm in a little bitty town. And, I mean, I went out to pick flowers and I got a DUI. You know, just a stupid little DUI. Yeah. I went and I passed my anatomy and physiology, went and had 2 beers and with tomato juice and got a DUI. Yeah, those were those, like, refusals. You know, like, those people tell you, like, Laura, you know, she's in the ER and she's like, all these people are talking about, ooh, I don't want to do that, or, you know, giving them hell. I was one of those.
So when do you plan to, you know, to jumpstart your sobriety again? And I find this, you know, totally fascinating because I, too, daily think that, yeah, maybe I'll go out and have a few drinks. Maybe I'm okay to do it. Maybe.
Yeah, don't.
No, you say don't. Okay.
Yeah, don't.
But how far away? How far away are you from jump starting your sobriety again?
Every day. Every second.
But I'm not.
Do
you have a plan? You haven't stopped.
Yeah.
When are you going to stop?
Well, I mean, you know, we had a plan, and it was we, and now it's just got to be me.
So let me interrupt there. So you guys have been following the show. Dora and Lynn are neighbors. They're dear friends, and they were holding each other accountable. Lynn fell off before you did.
I didn't want to bring that up, but yeah.
I'm sorry. Is this no? Lynn texted me.
Friend.
Yeah, well, no, but I'm just saying when you have like a workout buddy and your workout buddy says, I'm not feeling it today, and then you go, I'm not feeling it today.
Right.
It's really easy not to feel it, and neither one of you work out. Is that the same?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and like I mean, I can look at him. You know, he had a bad day, and I looked at him the other day, and I'm like, you've been drinking, you know, and I look at him like, well, I mean, you know, then that's my excuse to drink. You know, it really is, and I can't blame him, and I won't blame him no more.
Right, you have to watch out. You got to watch out for yourself, and Lynn's got to be the same way. That when, you know,
I know
a lot of people,
and I love him to pieces, man. That's like I said, that's my best friend. But I mean, that's what he's got to be the strong man too.
But I think that you guys may be the double-headed monster.
We are the double-headed monster.
You know
I don't know where he's at, but I'm fixing to go get him. I'm going downstairs. Yeah. We're not the double-headed monster. I mean, we love each other. We're just like
but when you're holding each other accountable, and then one's not holding you for accountable. You know, it's
But there was somebody else that said that you can't be held accountable for him, and it kind of broke my heart when I heard it. It kind of like hit a wrong nerve, but now that I think about it, he was right.
Yeah.
He's like, you can't be held accountable for each other's mistakes, or you can't speak for him, is what he said. And I can't speak for him, you know. I got to speak for myself. And, I mean, I have my drinking level to a different level than him.
You mean, how to explain that? What's your drinking level?
Well, I can, like, drink a few drinks, and he can't. And God bless him, I love him. But, you know, and then sometimes,
Lynn, if you're listening,
it's like,
Doris is saying you're a real drunk.
He's right here.
She's not nearly as bad as you. She's caught.
No, it's not. No. It's not that at all. No, that's my BFF.
I know. I'm just.
Yes. No.
I'm just trying to figure out next time, how can we, when one of you guys quit going to the gym, how can the other one keep on working out? And that's the problem that I'm seeing, that you guys hold each other accountable. When one falls off, you both fall off.
No, I ain't holding him accountable no more. I'm done. Okay. We're done.
Okay.
He can do his own. That's what, I mean, you know, and I love him, but he's got to do his own. I got to do my own. We figured that out. I kept listening to that. And every time I heard somebody say that, it kind of upset me, because I'm like, yeah, because I know I want to help my friend, so don't tell me that we can't help each other.
Right.
My daughter even said that, you know, so when she said that, and I'm like, oh, no, we're going to prove you wrong. Well, you know, 2 months later,
you guys almost made it, you said you almost made it a month and a half?
Yes. Well, no, it wasn't a month and a half. It was like 3 weeks, and it was my birthday, and I left here, and I went back home to visit my parents and my friends, and it was my birthday, and, yeah, that night I left my dad's house. Everybody got mad at me because I left my dad's. After we had dinner, we did all that, you know. I spent my whole entire night with my family, but then I had to go see an old friend.
Okay, tell me about the old friend. Was he drinking?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he just lost his mom, and I felt bad, you know. So, I mean, no boyfriend, no nothing like that. It was just, you know, just friends.
Okay.
But to go back home and, you know, you're in an area and atmosphere where you were used to drinking all the time.
Yeah.
You know, I moved up here to Branson for a reason. To start over again, have a good, you know, that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to continue to do that. I'm not giving up.
All right. Well,
I will never give up.
Don't give up, but you have to have a plan. And I got to tell you, this book here, Jeff Graham got me this book, 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. If you haven't gotten this book, man, it really puts it in layman's terms for idiots like me, and it's very conversational and they humanize the steps, and it's a great book. But I think until you work some kind of program, yeah,
I know, and
you know, my 2 cents.
That's what I even thought about calling somebody else to try to start working them steps, because
you can't work them. You can't. Yeah,
try to start working them with Lynn.
Well, of course not. Yeah, no, you need a sponsor, sweetie. You got to get somebody. Mm-hmm. You got to get someone who's you got to get a sponsor. So
we're too supportive of whatever else we need. Mm-hmm. You know, if you know we need, like, you know, and no boyfriend, no sexual, no nothing. But if he needs something and he's feeling bad, you know, I'm going to try to make him feel better.
Yeah. No,
and that's not working.
Laura Michelle says, I've had 2 DUI accidents cases a day. Thank God minor injuries, but 2 rough cases, both under the age of 25. Please don't drink and drive.
Yeah, please.
Yeah,
please.
Right. Well, that's
what I got my first one 2 days before I turned 21, and I was in Atlanta, and, in Fulton County Jail.
I've never
been
to jail.
My dad made me stay there 3 days.
Connie Clark says, accountable is one thing, encouragement is better. Uh,
Yep.
a mind experience and temptation can turn left, says Darren. Uh,
I encourage everybody, and I'm not drunk tonight, but I did have a few drinks, and
hmm
I mean, that's still not cool with me because I know eventually it's going to lead to more. So it's not really cool. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had an awesome day. I mean, I had my
Good.
grandbaby,
Yeah.
and I'm going to be a grandma again. Yeah, so I learned all these things today.
Well, stay, alive long enough for those kids to grow up and be your designated
I am.
driver. That
I
designated.
am. I'm going to be the driver for them.
Good, good,
I
good.
will. I
All right.
will.
Yeah,
Man, I'm so strong, and I try to be for, everybody else sometimes can't be so hard on yourself, but whatever, but I'm holding it together.
oh, good, 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 good.
And tomorrow's another day.
Glenn Reed says holidays are the hardest part of staying sober. Yeah, I mean, but when
They
you're
are.
drunk, yeah, President's Day, any kind of what's the day that where you grow a tree? I mean, any kind of a day is hard to stay sober. But well, hey, this is going to be a short show, so I want to call my other guy right now, Michael Mahan, and we're going to
All right.
rock it out. And thanks for picking up. And let me know. Do you have a planned day? Do you have a day when
Tomorrow,
tomorrow's your
every
day?
second, every second, I'm doing it. But no,
But
they were just
tomorrow
different
you can't
days.
drink though. You can't drink tomorrow then,
I
right?
know, I know, I know, I know.
Okay.
Tomorrow's
Okay.
a new day,
Well,
every day. And like I said, I'm at home,
right.
and I'm okay. But there's, mine was a big depression, and I'm trying not to go that way. And if I keep drinking, that's where it's gonna go.
Yeah.
Because those band-aids, you know, they don't come up like that.
Right.
Sometimes they get stuck, and I don't know how to explain that one, but
Yeah, you lost me. All right. I
I got
love
my
you.
yeah,
Love
I
you,
did.
Dora. You and Lynn
I
get
love
back on
you.
the horse, okay?
We will. He can do this,
All
but
right. Worry about you.
I'll make sure he does it. I'll kick him.
Be selfish. Think about you.
I will.
All right.
I am
See ya. Bye-bye.
out.
Wow, so Dora and Lynn, if you guys recall, about 3 weeks ago or so ago, they had this whole pink cloud. Yeah, we're sober, we're sober, we're sober, and they're feeling good. And a pattern that if you talk to any of our veteran, sobriety guys here, our gals on the page, they can look and go, yeah, I'm glad you're having that. But if you don't work some kind of steps or work some kind of therapy or work some kind of treatment, something or another, you're going to fall back off. And that's scary. So, all right. So let's call, again, guys, thanks. It's a special Thanksgiving sober talk. It's Tommy Wilson. Hey, happy Thanksgiving, Tom and everyone. Hey, Tommy Wilson, good to see you, buddy. So we are going to call Michael. Well, this is going to be a short show tonight. I just wanted to come over to the office and get a little sober talk in and let you guys know Monday, Wednesday, and Friday seems to be our new times. Hey, this is Tommy Mahan.
Yeah, Tom, how's it going?
Woo! Yeah, I'm being silly. I gave you applause. I got this new little board here. Well, this about 2 months ago. So, hey, how was your Thanksgiving?
Oh, it was great. It was a great day. How was yours?
It was good. It was good. We deep fried a turkey. I was joking earlier, so we microwaved one. But no, I had a little turkey this morning. We always do. A tradition has been because so many people, have different in-laws they got to go to and different or they're divorced or whatever. So in our family, we all have to. Some people have to hit like 3 or 4 different houses in one day. So I'm like, screw this. A few years ago, I started a tradition of Thanksgiving breakfast. And like 7 a.m., we're having breakfast. Everyone's at the house. We kick it off. We have breakfast. We get jacked up on coffee and bacon and whatever biscuits and gravy and scrambled eggs. And this year we did it at my nephew's house, and it was great. We went over there for like 2 hours and came home, and then I went across the street and deep fried a turkey at my neighbor's house. So just a small turkey, and we pretty much ate the whole thing tonight. So small, just
Well, that's
me and the
cool.
kids, wife. It was all good.
Well, we've got so many people scattered out different places that we have one today with part of the family, and we're having it tomorrow with another part of the family. So,
Oh wow! Did you have more than that?
oh,
You're in Indiana, so you didn't have to follow. You didn't have the police out in front of your house counting the cars like we did.
no, and I'm out in the country. They ain't gonna worry about me anyways. But
Right, right. We have
we
eight,
still,
no more than
we
eight
had
people.
some family. We had some family that didn't come in just because they want to be safe.
Right.
They've got they got young ones, and then actually my dad isn't going to be able to join us this year because he just got over being positive for it. So, and he just turned 70 a couple weeks ago, and him and my stepmom both had it.
Wow.
And then my mom didn't come out because she doesn't want it. She doesn't need it. She's got some health issues. And then my son's family, they're coming tomorrow, but my granddaughter, at 6 months old, actually just got over it a couple weeks ago.
Wow,
So,
everyone in your family tree had the COVID. Let me ask you this: so are you now? Thanksgiving is what I found because tonight I went out. I bought me some Coke Zero and I bought my wife some wine coolers. It is a very big drinking holiday. You know, a lot of people have wine and they go to mimosas and everything. With your big family,
every holiday is a big drinking holiday for us.
yeah. And do they still, with you being sober, do your family, do they still partake in the devil juice there or whatever?
Actually, none of them ever did anyway. I was about the only one. Me and, just a couple brother-in-laws would end up drinking, to excess. But the rest of the family really doesn't drink. I mean, and if they do, it's not recreational drinking. They just occasionally drink a little bit, but
Nice.
it wasn't real big drinking for them. But I mean, for me, any day was a big drinking day for me. So, even though I was told not to drink at my in-laws' house, I always managed to find a way to sneak out and do it anyway.
Right.
So,
Right. So
make an excuse to have to go to town, get cigarettes, and end up at the bar or something like that.
Oh boy,
like
yeah, I gotta run out. Yeah, I gotta run. So and so needs to jump in their car. I've been there.
Got to go smoke a cigarette outside and go out and jump the car and hit a bottle or something like that. I mean,
Yeah.
where there was a will, there was a way.
Now,
So,
let me topic jump on you real quick. Have you ever done a Zoom meeting? Have we talked about that? Have you done like a Zoom AA meeting?
yep.
Yeah.
When they first shut us down for the COVID stuff, our group up here, our Thursday night group, we ended up having Zoom meetings there we had them for a month, maybe two. And actually, I was on a Zoom meeting, was it last night? Last night with Carl and Daryl and David. I don't know if it was
Nice.
last night or night before, but Carl started one a couple nights. It was when you was on your way back from Nashville.
Nice. No, and that's why, because I got I'm looking here at the comments, and David says he said Carl started one, been really cool. I want to keep Sober Talk going full steam and branch out in other areas. And a lot of people, who come to Sober Talk aren't AA people, but a lot of people are, and a lot of people should be. I can just tell you. I think Dora and Lynn, who I just had on, I think they could benefit greatly from a Zoom meeting. I cannot do Monday through Friday, or I'm going to go broke. I got to figure out, like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I can't do I can't do 5 days a week yet. So I'm going to cut back Sober Talk to 3 days a week, but I want to be able to promote Tuesdays and Thursdays. I want to promote a Zoom meeting. And then when Carl was doing the Zoom, was it a Zoom AA meeting or just a Zoom hangout talking about?
Well, we talked about, our sobriety a lot. I mean, it was like a relaxed AA meeting. I mean, we threw some other topics in there, hunting and this, that, and the other.
I see. Okay. That's cool.
The ones we were doing with my group from up here, I mean, we were actually, doing the readings
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
prayers and stuff, and then we were kind of round
And
robin,
that
the
and
way
that's what I
everybody took
like.
their
And
turn.
that's what I like. And that's what now in my Zoom
That's where
meeting.
your structure comes into play.
Right. And that's what I need. Now my Zoom meeting that I do with the early worms, it's a tad too early, and I've never gone live. I've never turned my camera on, and I've never spoken. So, but if with you guys, I'm very comfortable. Y'all know me, I know you. And if we could do a Zoom AA meeting,
Mhm.
within the Sober Talk community here, that's something I would be really, really, you know, gung ho about because
Yeah,
I need the
structured
structure.
AA.
Yeah, I need the AA meeting. I can't really get to them. The 7 a.m. meeting with the early worms is a tad too early for me. So I would like to talk with some of the people here, be it you, Carl, David, whoever, Dirk, uh, just anybody, to how we can, Daryl would be good. Just how we can do a structured AA meeting because that's something I want to offer. I do not want to push AA down anybody's throat, but I'm seeing that AA may be the only hope that some of these people have. You know.
Well, I mean, a lot of people don't realize all the benefits you can get from AA. I
Yes.
mean,
Amen.
like me and my earlier, so-called tried to recoveries, I was like everybody else. I was just like, oh hell, I go to AA meetings and all I hear is stories, about guys drinking, and that makes me want to drink and this, that, and the other. But if you really get into it and you listen to the readings, I mean, we do the same readings at the beginnings of every meeting. You do the 12 steps, you do the
Yeah.
promises, and I mean, but if you get those, it's almost like studying on how to stay sober.
Yeah.
They're a good study process, and just hearing those over and over, then you start to where you can kind of repeat them as they're saying them, and then you can start learning what they mean as they're saying them.
Right.
And
Right.
it's just it's something that the program gives you. Yes, we can get on here and we can talk about people's problems and stuff on here,
Yeah.
and you can get information from other people and you can get help, or you can talk about what your plan is and this, that, and the other. But until you actually go, I mean, this whole stuff of not being able to do face to face, just, I mean, it sucks.
Yeah.
You can find a few live meetings. I've got Wednesday and Thursday nights that I can go to. We're still having some social distance and all that, and mask and everything.
Right.
But it's just that camaraderie of being with your sober family and being able to talk to them and see them is so much better. But the Zoom meetings is definitely a bigger plus than not getting anything at all.
Right. And there needs to be, I know that they says David Bernacci says bring Jeff and Carl into Super Talk. Uh, that I guess they had a couple people went outside the group and started a little chat thing, when we weren't around to do it or whatever. But I'm not so much interested in that as I am interested in a real Zoom AA meeting. And
Yeah.
that's what we need. And we're looking at, because I really think this is my calling, but I also know that I have to set some boundaries. I have to, for my schedule and, and my other work, I gotta.
Well, you got you're getting sober to be able to live, so you
Right.
still have to live on top of being sober.
Right. And I love everything about Sober Talk. I know if I put my machine behind Sober Talk, I could turn it into something really, really big. But I'm not sure that I want it to be anything really, really big. But if I could turn it into something that was a community where we had some AA meetings, we even have, we're discussing about bringing in some really good speakers, have some keynotes and have, meditation classes and yoga and all across the board, anything and everything to give people the right tools instead of just being here and having a bitch fest every night about, you know, my fired my boss was an idiot at work today, a jerk at work, and I want to drink.
Hmm.
I really just think it's time
And
to.
you can't always concentrate on that. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
I
good
see
to
it
be
spinning
able
the
to voice
wheels.
that out.
I see the same comments, the same people, the same thing. I'm like, all right, no one's growing here, and I really want to provide some better tools. You know,
Mhm.
I'm not saying no one's
Yeah,
growing.
because people got to start being, just like today. I mean, thankful. Yeah,
Yeah.
just crap's going to happen. It's life. You're going to have
Hmm.
problems.
Yes.
Everybody has problems. It's just how we have to deal with problems. Today, I mean, I know it was Thanksgiving, but I really sat down today and just so appreciative and thankful for what being sober has given back to me because, I'm able to sit down with my family. I'm able to have family over to my house, and just preparing a meal, being able to sit around and talk. I didn't wake up hungover 10 minutes before time to eat,
Yeah. Yeah.
broke from last night, wondering
Yeah.
where my car was, all that stuff. I was truly thankful for AA, being sober, and my higher power today, and just my family for putting up with me and dealing with me, and me having the opportunity to give back to them now, instead of taking from them like I did for so many years. It was really humbling to be able to have an amazing Thanksgiving dinner with friends and family
Oh
today.
yeah, I got to wake up this morning and go over to my nephew's house and have breakfast. Extremely early. Where there's been times where I've looked out in the driveway and the car was wrecked. On
Mm-hmm.
Thanksgiving Eve. Thanksgiving Eve used to be a huge, huge party night.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember being a musician and being on stage and couldn't even. By the time I got off stage and tried to go to the restroom to pee, and by the time I got done, it was time to go back and play again. It was just always just and shots and more shots. It was
Mm-hmm.
it was a party and a lot of great times, a lot of great times. But you're right, when you wake up and your Chevelle's not wrecked in the driveway, and you wonder how the hell you got home, or how you didn't kill anybody, and you have to call people up and go, oh my gosh, did I say something bad? Did I do something bad? It's just
Yeah.
it's a good feeling. But yeah, if you're just joining us, we're talking about the new schedule for Sober Talk is going to be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. For that we're definitely going to be on live. And I was talking to you, Michael,
And I
earlier.
think
You
that's
think?
great. I
Yeah,
think that's great.
yeah,
Because like
mm,
you said, you don't need to get burnt out on it. And I mean, I know new in programs they try to do, in rehabs and stuff. They try to do 90 and 90. They do the 90 meetings in 90 days
right.
to pound it into you what you need to do. But after that, I'm not saying it's okay to kind of slack off a little bit, but you're getting sober for a reason to live your life sober, and you still have to take time to live your life
Right,
and
right.
pay your bill.
And a lot of people don't realize how hard it is to get just even guests. It's becoming a full time job and getting people over here to work on gear and the cameras. You think I'm just some guy sitting behind his desk in his basement, but no, this is a facility. We have lights up, and man, there's a whole thing. And Michael, you're going to come over next week if and join me for an episode, which is going to be great. And you'll see what we have going on. But uh, but yeah, I really want to take it to the next level. I know that I can. I know that we can. But I'd rather cut back a little bit and have powerful shows than just like, you know, just half-ass it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you can pick up better topics if you got a little breathing time and more time to think about them in between.
absolutely.
And plus, people can, if you got it every night, people can't learn how to actually work through their problems on their own.
Yeah, and I
You
want to
know,
find. I
you
want.
got to get out here on your own and be able to learn how to deal with stuff sober. I mean,
Well said. Well said. Jason Moody. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving today. Dora Bray. Sorry to all my sober friends that I've hurt. I'll be on track soon. Not major, but I want to be like you. You're like us. You fell off the wagon, Dora. Don't worry about it. Do not. I just do not judge. That's where you were. That's not where you're going to be. But my thing when people fall off the wagon, Mike, is that uh,
It does happen, but I think a lot of people may use that for a crutch. Just personally, now because I did, and I've seen other people do it. They realize, well, I relapsed. Well, I relapsed. Well, how many relapses do you get?
Yeah.
I know there's not a number, and I know it does happen, but if you truly believe you have a problem and you truly know you need to quit drinking, then you can quit.
Yeah.
But if you really, if you've got that inkling in there, just a small hint that, hey, I just want to quit for a while, but if I relapse, it's okay. It happens. We can't think like that. Yes, it does happen. Yes, things do just get completely unfreaking bearable to where that's what you just go back to what worked before drinking. But that's why you wanted to stop drinking, because you always use that for a crutch. So, I mean, the relapse, yes, it happens, but there comes a point where, you have to be accountable for yourself. And if you truly, honestly believe you want to quit drinking and need to, then quit. Don't worry about relapsing. Just quit.
Yeah, and you don't think about it. It's just just move on.
And don't put yourself in situations where you're going to be around drinking for a long time. I mean,
yeah.
That's what I did. The program teaches you to change people, places, and things. You can't go to bars. You can't go to party houses. You can't hang out with friends that are still drinking around you. And just a few weeks ain't enough time to think you've got a good enough hold on it to be able to go hang around people that are drinking. Oh, I'm okay. No, you're not. You're still growing. You're still hurting. And you got a lot more healing to do before you're strong enough to be able to handle that.
Yeah, but I really want to do one thing that we're talking about is doing a sober boot camp, because I see some people here who, and again, I'm not judging, but they need more help than what they're getting. And, we like, I remember with David Vernazzi, I told him, I'm not going to talk to you until you got 5 days under your belt. We keep on having the same conversation over and over. And there's a couple of 3 other people that are, who are in the same boat. And I'm not, trust me, I could be back where any of these people are who are drinking in a heartbeat. But it's time to get serious about this, folks. And that's something else, just,
And if you really want it, and, just like Dora talking there a while ago, she said, well, she wants to get herself sober and tomorrow. Well, start today. Start today. She said there that she wanted to call somebody to keep her from drinking. Well, if you really want to quit drinking, you call somebody.
Yeah, pour the drink out right now and call somebody. Yeah.
Go to a meeting. There's meetings. You can find them. You can find them online. You can call an AA club and find out somebody to call.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's phone numbers, there's help, there's rehabs, there's halfway houses, there's, like our safe haven. We've got a facility that you can come into, and you can either talk to somebody there, or they can call, one of 10 other people that will be there in a heartbeat, or they can get on the phone, with somebody else. I live 5 minutes from there. I can be there in 5 minutes and be, talking to somebody face to face and find out what kind of help they need, what they're looking for. So there's ways out there to get it if you want it, and if you want it bad enough.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Brian Partlow says, I don't think enough people understand that this program is more than meetings. You got to put the work in. And that's Chris Warren. I'm having a hard time.
Very true.
Chris Warren says, I heard an interview with Conan O'Brien today, and he kept saying to doctors that he's not depressed. He's talking about he's not depressed. He has anxiety. It took one doctor to explain that anxiety is a byproduct of depression for him to get the help he needed. While sober, my anxiety seems excessive at times, and it may be time to understand depression may actually be the issue. Well, drinking is just a symptom of your depression. It's the rid, as or Donnie Durbin always talks about restless, irritable discontent. Drinking is just a byproduct of your self-medicating, and you got to figure out what's causing that issue for you to drink like you do. And until you fix that problem, man, you can keep putting that Band-Aid on. Your Band-Aid may be your Miller Lite, your Bud Light, or your bourbon and Coke. But well, man, this is cool. This is cool. I feel like every time I come over here and do this, but right now, and I had a really long talk with Donnie Durbin the other night, and it really made me think like, all right, I gotta get my shit together. I really got to, and I gotta look. Part of my French, man, and I gotta look at our little community here too, and being that I have the mic behind me, I want to start, being the one with the mic. I want to start guiding us in a little better way, and I think Zoom AA meetings, with people we know, because like I said, I'm embarrassed. I haven't talked live on the Zoom meeting that we have, the early worms. I haven't done that yet, and I would love to have a organized, structured AA Zoom meeting for those who are interested. Now, a lot of people, we've talked to people on here, Michael, that have been sober for 20 years, never been to an AA meeting in their entire life. A lot of people feel like drinking, but I think the steps. I think I want my kids to work the steps, even though they don't have addiction issues yet. I think the steps. I think there's a lot to be learned from.
Well, like we've said before, the steps are living, steps for living a better life, not just sober. I mean, they can work in any aspect of life, being accountable for what you do. Well, that doesn't have to be, just sober and drinking or drugging. That can be just daily life, doing an inventory at the end of the day, apologizing for, hurting somebody. I mean, you don't have to be an alcoholic to hurt somebody. You can just be a butthead.
Yeah, an ass. Yeah. Greg Adams said. Greg Adams says, sober doesn't mean fixed. We work it daily. 16 years and still working it.
Yeah, and that's 32 years my sponsor has, and he still goes to meetings because that's the way he stays sober.
Yeah,
and he still has problems. I mean, we all do. We just AA is a good free therapy to use to find the tools to stay sober and live life happy.
Yeah, and have that awakening, that spiritual awakening that I'm so anxious to learn about. Well, all right, brother. Well, we are. I'm glad you had a happy Thanksgiving, guys. Thanks for jumping on here for a little Thanksgiving meeting. I'm going to. Dora just says, "Love you, Tom. Thank you. I love your family that have given us your time. God bless you." Yeah, and my family, they do give up a lot. And my family, really, Dad, you got to do sober talk tonight. So I got to break it up a little bit, and that's what I'm going to do because I still got to live my life. But man, I still got to work these issues that I have. So what day are you coming over next week? Daggone it, we got to do it. I'm going to be out of town next week, so. I'm going down to the beach for a few days. I got to work on some things down there, and then my son's flying down, and I'm going to drive back. Anywho, I got my computer. I'm going to take with me. I'll be doing sober talk unplugged from Hilton Head next week. Boy, if you wanted to come over before I left, if you wanted to do it,
what are you thinking?
I don't know. Let's talk offline. We'll figure it out.
Okay. Just keep in touch with me.
Yeah.
Like I say, I'm about an hour from you, so it ain't that big a deal.
Yeah. Like I said, Jeff makes the drive, and he's an hour and a half. So, all right, guys. Well, Michael, thank you so much. I'll talk with you soon, buddy.
All right. I hope everybody had Thanksgiving, and love y'all.
Love you too, buddy. We'll see you.
All right. Peace out.
Yeah. So there you go, guys. You have spent another 50 minutes. We have been right at 50 minutes right now. We're going to cut out 10 minutes early and get home and put away some food that's sitting on our table before all the dogs eat it. And let's see, David Vernazzi says, what do you mean by that? I don't know what your question is pertaining to. Jason Moody says, my cousin said he drinks to get out of the anxiety because his doctors won't give him the medicine he needs. Interesting. Well, the medicine's not going to work if he's drinking, I can tell you that. Guys, I love you. Thanks for hanging out with me for a little bit. I needed this. But we're going to ramp it up a little bit. We're going to get some structure. We're going to get some AA Zoom meetings. We're going to get some sober boot camp going, man. So, all right. Talk to you soon. Thanks, guys.